Hi there and welcome to my next video on my YouTube channel, Natural Harmony with Lorelei. Today I'm again from another piece of nature, not so far from where I live. It's a very special place actually because right where I'm walking now is normally a lot of water, but we had a very dry summer, so it's all dry and yeah, without water. So I just hoped it didn't turn into quicksand, because otherwise you'll probably soon see just my head. But no, just kidding. There must have been a warning sign if it would be that. So but anyhow, besides this, there's something else I wanted to talk with you about. It's about making the right choices, but they don't always seem like that, because it doesn't always make you feel good to make the right choices. I don't know if you ever had to do that, making choices that you knew it was right, but it didn't look very pretty because your surrounding area, your family, friends, colleagues, or whichever decision you had to make, weren't really happy with that. Advised you not to, call you crazy for doing so, and stuff like that. And even though you know you made the right decision, well, the other part of the world, which is not standing next to you, can turn against you, and you still have to stand your ground. Well, that's what I believe, and that's how I did it. So I don't know if you can relate, if you ever had to make choices, or you made a choice rather, and you just knew it was right, and the rest of the world was really that set against it, and you still pursued. Of course, you have little doubts. I have little, not really doubts, but it builds up nerves, because you think, am I just being headstrong here, or am I right here? And you know you're right. But anyhow, I'm gonna flip the screen soon, and I'm gonna share with you this this dried up piece of, well, it's not really a lake. I don't know how you call it in English. In Dutch, it's a ven, but I don't know how you call it. It's a tiny, tiny little lake, I guess. And I guess if there would be water, then I wouldn't be standing here, of course. But if there would be water, then there would be the other animals here, because there are animals walking around here. And well, not now, I hope. um, okay, so I'm going to flip the screen and talk with you more about how making the right decision doesn't always look so pretty as it should be and as it could be. I'm going to flip the screen and see you on the other side. Right, so as you can see here, it's all dried up. A little bit further up, you can see it's a little bit wettish. So I'm gonna keep walking on the side that seems dry enough to walk on. And yeah, whilst continuing to talk about the topic, actually, like why choosing isn't always so, yeah, even though it's right, it's not always pretty. It's not always, yeah, you don't have the satisfaction from it, that you made that important decision. And of course it can't be always that, because some decisions are pretty heavy, and there's a lot of emotions going around, of course. But and even it might be feeling a little bit, messy or confusing, and of course even a little bit scary. My gosh, this is really soft. It's dry, yeah, but it's the ground, but it's well, I hope best. I hope for the best. So I want to share with you one of those moments, or a few moments perhaps, that how I learned to trust myself, even if the world didn't seem to understand. I got married, and I lived in a very beautiful house, beautiful piece of land. I had everything. I had the Merc, I had the Range Rover, I had the horses. I had really had everything. And then I had 3 beautiful children, and I still do have them. Oh, but they're still with me, rather. I don't have, I mean, they are with me. And yes, but I had to make a decision after a few years, sadly enough, that it couldn't go on like that no more. I don't want to bash and talk bad about my ex-husband. That's not what I'm here for. That's not what I'm talking with you about. It's merely about the decision itself that I wanted to talk with you. I had to leave. And I had left a few times, actually. I tried over and tried over, and it couldn't go on, because I had to deal with some, well, quite some, how do you call it, borderline narcissism. It's somewhere on the edge, I believe. There was never an official diagnosis from my ex-partner and my ex-husband. And so for mental sake, for mental sanity's sake, for me or my children, I had to make a decision, and I know I was making the right decision, but um, yeah, it wasn't very pretty. It turned actually very ugly, if I may say so. So I had to do that, and the rest of the world doesn't always knows what's happening inside your home or inside your private life, and they call you crazy. How can you leave all what you have there now, and you're living so beautiful and all the rest of it? But that doesn't matter, because there's other things that overshadow it too much, that you are forced to make a decision one way or another. And now I'm taking this as an example, of course, but it could be something at work. You might have a great job with a great pay, a salary, and yeah, you still have to make a decision for something that happens or something that just doesn't feel right for you. And that's what you have to do. And yeah, probably the rest of the world, or your friends or family may not understand what you're doing, or colleagues, because you probably had the nice car from work and all the rest of it, but you know it's time to leave, and you know you have to make that decision. And of course, that decision you make doesn't always brings you immediate peace as you would have hoped for, as if you are so desperately looking for peace of mind, peace of heart. uh, it's not always immediately there, and of course that's very sad. It's a very special place where I'm walking here now. The soil is so soft, but it's dry, so I'm relying on it that I'm walking safe here. I know further up the road there was three young ladies who came and sit next to me on the bench while I was preparing my camera and stuff. And they asked me what I was doing and asked me for the name of the channel. And I told them, well, if you see me sinking away, just my head above the soil, then please call somebody and save me. And I promised them, well, I will be posting this, and I hope I didn't promise them, they asked me for the name, and so maybe they have a look and say, yeah, that was that crazy lady walking on that dried soil. But anyhow, I think it's beautiful, it's special. I haven't seen any cows or other animals here. They must be here somewhere, but this area is so big, so immensely big, that they could be anywhere really. It's so peaceful here. And yeah, about peace again, I used to think that peace was achieved by avoiding conflict. I hoped it was anyhow, because I don't like conflict. I mean, some people, they thrive on it, I guess, but I don't really like conflict, because why? I mean, everything is debatable for me, or more or less everything. So why not? Why argue? Why fight so much? Because things can be worked out, but obviously that's life. Not all of it can be, and I think you just have to accept that. But yet again, saying that means the decision you're making, it doesn't look pretty straight away. It might look further up in life. It might be looking very well actually that you made that decision, but at that time it's hard to swallow, and it's hard to push through. But for me, I guess there's no other choice. You just have to go through it, and be courageous with it, be brave with it, and most of all, believe in yourself, and have some sort of faith that whatever you're doing, you will be making the right choices, and turn things around and make things for the better. And as I said, it can be work, it can be friendships, it can be marriage, it can be anything in life really. So if you do have any situations, or had situations like that you had to make a decision, or you're about to make a decision that's really important but doesn't seem to be looking so pretty, do share in the comments. I will reply to it, and tell me maybe your solution of what you think of it, or if you just totally do not agree with me, that's possible too. Everybody has a right to entitled to his opinion. But do leave a comment, do reply, and because I'm sure there must be a lot of people out there struggling with making decisions, knowing you're making the right decision, and making a decision that doesn't look very pretty, because of all circumstances around you, people around you, who make it probably sometimes really, really harder than it should be. And personally, I learned that I don't want to announce my decision to a too great of audience. I mean, as little as possible, because all the voices you get to hear in your head or in your face, it's so confusing, and it's really hard. It makes it more harder than what it is, as I said. And I think that decision you make is about your presence, your presence in your own life, really, and decisions you make for your own life. In this case of my divorce, I also had to make the decision for my children, for their mental safety, at least that. And yeah, and so I don't shout it to the rest of the world and share it with hundreds of thousands of friends and family and colleagues and things like that. You learn to keep things to yourself and make the decision quietly within yourself. And then that way, I believe I can be more steady in my presence together with my decision. And it's just a quiet decision. It's a soft, quiet decision as I make them these days, if I have to make them. And yeah, I say to myself, this is the right thing. Lorelei, you're doing the right thing. So even though it doesn't look pretty, even other people have so many other opinions, it is the right thing, and one day it will show. I really hope, and I trust in that. So I hope, if you're facing this decision, that feels so heavy or confusing or even messy, I do hope you take a moment for yourself and you listen to yourself. You gather some courage, pick up some courage for yourself, and ask yourself, what's aligned for me? And it's all about, as I said, natural harmony. That's why I called my channel Natural Harmony, because I believe that's what it's all about. You have to make choices to honor your own path, your own natural harmony, and that's where it's at. So it might not make sense to anybody else, but it will always keep you and bring you back to yourself, whichever phase you're going through. I do believe in that. So share in the comments once again if you like, and tell me what you think, what you're going through, or whatever you want to share, actually. And in the meantime, I'm going to walk away from this place at the moment, even though it's so serene and quiet. I hear a lot of birds in the background, but probably my microphone is cancelling that out. So hereby, I would love to wish you a very happy day, very nice day, and I hope to see you in my next video. And in the meantime, take care of yourself. Take very good care of yourself, actually, and your loved ones. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.